My friend Jenson said, just watch your reel about you building the app. Bro, you are so talented. You need to teach me how to do what you just did. I'll pay you. So this is how I vibe coded Connect, the app that gives you a daily challenge that will connect you with your loved ones. The best part, anybody can do this. And let me be clear, I am not a coding or vibe coding authority. I'm not this guy over here. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm not going to show you best practices. I'm not going to show you a flawless how-to. And I'm not even going to give you the best way on how to do it. I'm just a dude who tried it and it worked. What I'm here to do is give you ideas, be a case study, and remind you that anything is possible and that there are opportunities all around you. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. We'll be moving somewhat fast, so feel free to pause and look at the prompts. To code the app, I used Opus 4.6 by Claude, which is $20 a month. There are other options like Base 44, but we ball. Now, going into making the app, the first step is ideation. The best products always solve a problem. And the problem that I wanted to solve was, how do we have more fulfilling relationship? The second part of ideation for me was stealing like an artist. I really liked how the Holy Bible gives you a verse of the day. And I also really like these conversation cards from Diary of a CEO. So I put the two together and I got something brand new, which was Connect. And the last part of the ideation is having at least an idea of what you want it to look like. Nothing crazy. Why? Because the next step is building. And we're going to want to start simple and then build. And this is the first prompt that I gave Claude. It's nothing crazy. I just says, I'm looking to create an app for phones that gives reminders and challenges. I'm not some sort of prompt engineer. I didn't do anything crazy. I just told it what I wanted and then I worked with it. One of the best things about Claude is it asked me questions in return. It said, what style am I going for? What features matters most to me? And that is a big part of this process. As beginners, we're going to want to ask a lot of questions. I said, please scan the app for any possible security issues. I don't know what a PDR is. I don't know what this is, that. But what lengths should I go to and what steps I should take to make the launch superb? And in no time, I had a base version. Of course, it wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but that's the beauty of this. We start with the quickest viable option and then build from there. And a tip that I have for you is to ask about the changes before you make them to save your usage, because Claude is $20 a month. If you use it too much, it's going to ask you for more money. So as an example, here are some prompts. I said, don't make any of the changes yet, but let's brainstorm. We will list out the changes and then make them as we go. And don't be afraid to ask it for options. I said, hey, I don't like this animation. Can you give me some options on what you think would look better? We're going to repeat this process of asking questions and iterating until we get something that's closer to our vision. So here, as we can see, instead of having a huge janky menu with all friends, family, all of that, we had this clean UI with one card. And we even have this leaderboard and a place where you could submit your own challenges. If there was too many menus, it would be way too much. So I asked questions like this. How would you suggest I add these changes? I want the app to be easy to navigate without too much. A simple concept. How can I monetize it in the future if I want to? Does the app need a backend? Does it need data? And what even does that mean? Keep asking questions until you get what you want. And then this is optional, but for me, I wanted to add style. All of the art that I've made in my career has been very personal and have my own flavor to it. So I hand drew these elements and icons that I wanted the app to use. On top of that, I took a day and I rewrote all of the app's copy, which is the wording and the challenges. That way it's in my own voice and I gave it my own handwriting as a font. And then in no time we had a completely beautiful, unique looking UI that felt like me, felt like my personality, and was exactly what I wanted. We took all of the bulkiness of the first version and then put it all into this onboarding menu so that when you actually load into the app, it's an easy experience. And there's some fun stuff like profile pictures and names and stuff like that. All of that leads into launching. And this is something that I haven't even gotten the chance to do. So again, I'm not the authority here. If you're looking for more in-depth detail, I recommend looking for somebody who is. But this is what I know because I asked it some questions. I asked it the cost for launching an app. You know, having a backend, if it's going to have data, how to do video hosting, domains, and getting it on the App Store. It told me that the cost would be around $150 to $400 if you actually wanted to launch it. But building it, for me, was only $20 a month. Keep asking it things like, if I do want to launch it, how do I make it secure? Will it need a backend? Will it need data? How much data? How do we pay that? And how do we take it down? If you're a beginner and you're not looking to spend that much money, these kind of questions are important because it will be honest with you and it will tell you how you can make it cheaper for yourself. And then keep on repeating this process. I hope you have happy creating. I hope that you're able to get a good financial footing for yourself. And I hope that you're able to make the world a better place with the problems that you're solving. I believe in you. I'm your biggest fan. Peace out. God bless. And I'll catch you.